Hello, welcome back. We are here over in the Cathedral Ward, and now the door is open since we killed the Bloodstarved Beast, which means we can go this way. There is a secret here. Yeah, there it is. I missed it. You can go outside and there's some stuff there, but I don't really care. It's nothing incredible. And it just takes you back down to the bottom of the stairs. Communion. So I haven't unlocked those yet. That's runes. Runes are the things in the top right. You see the four spheres, and then there's the one that's like a aqua color. Yeah, I guess that is aqua. I can't tell if it's green or blue, so that would be aqua. And you get 3 normal runes, and you get 1 capstone rune. And the capstone ones are somewhat special. They're all worse than the normal runes. Like, they're terrible. They do almost nothing. There's 2 that do special things on top of their normal abilities, and even those are kind of meh. They're not really something to write home about. And they're all from the DLC too. So right now I'm going to work my way up to the top of this place. And there's an item up there, and then there's a locked door, which leads to the upper Cathedral Ward. And you get the key for that way later in the game. And there's some cool ass stuff in there. Especially boss-wise. Some of the coolest bosses in the game are in there. If not coolest fight-wise, coolest looking. Don't go off with them. Alright. We're almost at the top part that you can get to. It's a pretty high climb. There's 2 flamethrower guys. You don't want to get hit by flamethrowers. I assure you, they will kill you in milliseconds. It is not a joke to get hit by one of those. If you get hit by one of them and you're not in the process of dashing out when you get hit, you're probably going down. There, I got the Radiant Sword Hunter badge. That's what I came up here for. Lets you buy the Ludwig sword, I believe. And some other stuff. I think his gun is one of them. Ludwig's sword and gun. His sword is good. I usually use it when I play. Especially when I'm doing an arcane build. So I'm thinking I won't use it this time. And instead I'm going to go for the whirligig as my primary. And I'm not sure what I should grab for my offhand yet. I'm still thinking about it. There's a couple decent choices. I wish I could get the church pick earlier in the game, because that's one I would love to use, because I really like the church pick. But it's like beyond the late game. It is so far, far into the DLC. You basically have to get to the last boss. Alright, so this is a big jump down puzzle. Jump down from point to point and make it down to the bottom alive. And you have to do this and get through the zone that's down at the bottom in order to not need to use that item that's in the shop that lets you open up the gate that you get from unlocking, or you unlocked it by killing the cleric beast, the first optional boss. If you buy that, you can skip all of this stuff. You don't have to do any of this. I did it my first time because I didn't know how else to progress. Because why would anyone think this is the way you're supposed to go? So there is a secret area here where you get one of the 4 items that you need in order to get the true final boss. And you've got to land on that there. So you use this rope as a guide and just go straight towards the rope and hope that you land on it. But I often don't. You died. Yeah. Thanks for telling me. I wasn't sure, but now I know. Apparently that little flashing symbol on the top right, it's like one of the hunter symbols. Apparently it's ripped off of Berserk. A lot of the stuff from the Souls games are ripped from Berserk because the guy that created it is a big fan of Berserk. But that symbol, he took like a couple lines off of it or something, or added a line or two to it. I think he took some off of it because it doesn't have very many on it, and then he just stuck it in here. It was to the left. I feel like I should send that back down because I'm probably gonna die again. So I got my first twin shards from that crystal lizard that I killed when I was falling down the first time. Where are my echoes? Huh? Where are my echoes? They're supposed to go like a couple seconds back from before you died, which means they would be right here. But they're not here. Yeah, I don't see them down there. Okay, I'm confused. What? That is so weird. What is going on? Why are my echoes not here? Alright, well, I guess I lost 5,000 blood echoes. Unless they're right down there where I died. Because I died right here. I don't see them. What? Alright, so, this is a big secret area. Like spoiler kind of lore kind of secret area, okay? So, if you don't want to know this information yet, then don't look. But I will explain what is going on. For those that are wondering how we came back to our hunter's dream. No doll out here. No bath messengers to sell me stuff, but there is a little chest that has doll clothes in it. Old hunter's bone over at this grave that the doll kneels at and tends to. You can't get back here anymore. And then there's an item here. There's 1/3 of the umbilical cord. I need 3 umbilical cords in order to get the true final boss. And look over here. An abandoned doll. So for those of you wondering what's going on, I don't know if I should explain this yet. I don't think I should. I'm not going to explain this yet. I will explain this later, way later. But, yeah. We're in the workshop. Now, the question is this the real workshop? Or is the other one the real workshop? Or are they both fake, or are they both real? Wait, is there a note? There's no note in this one that you can read right there. And there's a statue here. So this is the easiest way to start from in order to fall down and live and get all the way down. But I'm very upset about losing my souls. So I'm going to go back to the other Hunter's Dream. So that place is from the third tombstone. It's the abandoned old workshop. So we skipped from the first one, we skipped the second one completely, and we're at the third one. Yeah. Now the interesting thing to note here is that the doll clothes are worthless. And I mean that for you. Like, wearing them is worthless, other than just you look like the doll. But they sell for tons of echoes. So I usually sell them and get a bunch of free levels out of it. Because, holy crap, they sell for a lot. And at the same time, I could buy Ludwig's Holy Blade now. But I don't plan on using it. So I'm not going to. And then you got Ludwig's rifle, which if you look closely at it, you'll see it's got like gears and stuff on it. Very steampunky. Very appropriately steampunky. And the flame sprayer. Oh, I didn't get my flame sprayer. I'll have to go do that. Because I am doing arcane build, so flame sprayer is decent for me. Where are you, doll? I need the doll. There you are.
Welcome.
Give her the hair ornament.
What is this? I can't remember. Not a thing, only I feel the yearning, something I never felt before. What's happening to me? Tell me, Hunter, could this be joy?
So the hair ornament I gave her is the one I found in the other workshop. And then she gives you a tear stone, which is something you smash. Silver shining tear stone, used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. A doll sheds neither blood nor tears, and thus its nature remains unknown. Whoever thinks this is precious might be troubled by sheer naivete. So, the interesting thing about that is that it can be socketed into any weapon. So, now you upgrade your gun once, so it has one socket, and then you stick that into your gun. Because what it does is it regenerates your health continuously. And as long as your gun is your secondary weapon and I'm not on like my torch or something else, I will have health regeneration. This is very useful. Now the interesting thing to note is that there's no gems that you stick in your gun that help your main weapon or your body in any way. All the other ones that you stick in your gun are pure damage increase to your gun, which doesn't really matter. So it's very useful to stick that in your gun, especially if you're just using it as a visceral machine like I do.
Welcome. Very well.
But now is the time to level. So I'm going to go 14 there, and the last point into endurance. I'd like to get endurance and arcane up to 20 next. Those are my 2 goals. Oh crap! I should have checked to see how much the next level was. 6,600. I don't think I have enough crap that I can sell to make that. Actually, I might. Yeah. I do. There. Sell a bunch of those items I never use.
Welcome. Very well.
Okay, so get my arcane up a little bit. And I gotta check my axe. What is my axe? It is radial triangle. I need something with a... What's the other gem slot called? Wainin? I think it's called Wainin. I need a Wainin gem slot. Which is this one. The third one that's right there. Actually, I can point with my mouse, can't I? This one, right here. That is the third type. I don't remember. I think it's Wainin. I think, because, you know, the moon. Saw Spear has it, and the Saw Cleaver have it. Oh, damn. There are other versions of the weapons. Like, so I have Saw Cleaver, Saw Spear, Hunter Axe. There are 2 other versions of each weapon. And they are the Lost version and the Uncanny version. I believe it's Lost and Uncanny. And the only difference between them and the normal ones is what gem types they have for their gem slots. The unfortunate part about those is that I am currently offline, so I am 1,000,000% unlikely to ever find one of the vendors that sells that, unless I just dive deep into the Chalice dungeons, which I will be doing the main Chalice dungeons, but I won't be doing the root Chalice dungeons. So, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Fortunately, I can just use fire paper for now. So now that I've insight, the Bath Messengers are here, and I can buy stuff from them. They don't sell a whole lot yet, but they do sell some pretty good stuff. Like Gascoigne stuff is pretty good. Another thing is, even if you don't want the stuff they sell, you can always just buy it. And then sell the items to the other messengers for free echoes. So let me check. So Gascoigne's stuff has incredibly high arcane, fire, and bolt, whereas this one only has high fire. It has lower blood defense and lower base physical defense. Everything else is pretty good. If I had bought this before I fought the Bloodservant Beast, it would have helped, because it has really high slow poison resistance. I kind of didn't think about it at the time. And his gloves are just kind of a mixed match of good and bad compared to the other stuff. So it doesn't really matter. It's usually the chest pieces that make the biggest difference. Although I wouldn't mind a helmet, because my helmet is only good versus blunt. So I'll switch the hat out. And now I'm down to 3 insight. So insight does do stuff in the game. It has some mechanical effects. All of them are negative. So the more insight you have, you start to hear things around 25. You start to see things around 30 or 40. You start to see more things around 50. Enemies will gain extra movesets, and some of the stuff that they were doing before, where they would like raise their hands up and wave at you, and you're like, oh, that's weird, he's not really doing anything. Now when they raise their hands up and wave at you, a spell will come out that you couldn't see before, and it couldn't affect you because your insight wasn't high enough, but now it can. And at the even higher levels, you hear like babies crying, and then throughout the increase of insight, your resistance to I don't know what it's called. Hold on, frenzy. Your resistance to frenzy will decrease. So you see my frenzy resistance in the middle near the bottom. Frenzy res. That will decrease. And frenzy effect is really, 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 really bad. If you frenzy, you instantly explode and take 80% of your maximum health as damage. So if you're below 80%, you just die. It's bad. So, we're heading back to the Cathedral Ward. And I'll pause it here, and then we will pick this up in the next one.